quickly progressing, discuss their perspective and point of view of, and these are great questions to ask because I was in this cycle that I was not happy in. Like, do you want to come with us? Can I do your eyebrows? So I'm feeling proud. That means the world to me. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So happy to have you here. And let's see what sort of Pokemon show up for day 3 of electric type week. Now speaking of electric, I don't know if you could see here, but my hair, it is so staticky, and I'm trying my best to like tame my hair as well. It's a lot better now, but truly seems like I got zapped or something. And personally, my Snorlax had great sleep, but I had trouble falling asleep yesterday. My mind was just running with thoughts and ideas and feelings, and it just kept me up, you know, one of those nights. So let's see. There's a Krogunk over there. No shinies, so kind of bummed. But I'm looking at the Meowth and seeing like, are one of them shiny? No, they're not. Since it's a little tough to tell for that also. And I haven't caught my Dedenne yet because I'm still deciding on whether or not I want to hold on to that incense for next week, or Raikou Research Week. And why does the hungry thing have to go to this guy? And the only reason the bars are up like that is probably because I've been in this exact situation before. And I didn't want to like waste a bonus biscuit. Right now I don't have one because I started taking naps, but yeah, it kind of sucks. So I will just plop one to Mareep over here. I'm going to ignore that Pikachu because ideally if we are catching and raising Pikachu, we want to start it from Pichu. But let's give this little fellow a Poke Biscuit and we will capture that. So I've only caught like 2 Mareep now and 1 Pichu, and they're not good. So it's not even worth showing you guys, to be honest. And I think I'll choose a Pikachu. I feel like most people will be wanting to catch Pikachu instead of Mareep, or raise the one that they have. So that's why I'm choosing Pikachu if I have the choice to choose. Okay. It's not terrible, but I have better bean collectors. So episode 4 of Shogun came out last night, and my boyfriend and I watched that, so things are quickly progressing in the world of Shogun. And today's Wednesday, which means it is finally the tell-all of Love is Blind Season 6, where we finally get to see the cast members discuss their perspective and point of view of exactly what went on during and after the show. It's a great opportunity for people to clear their name too, because sometimes editors just give people a bad edit because they have to follow storylines and stuff like that. So understandably, things might look more intense than it actually is during the show. And as I've mentioned before, I love to watch this one YouTuber. He's a therapist, psychology in Seattle, or therapist in Seattle. I think it's psychology in Seattle, but I love to watch his videos later to see his perspective on certain scenes and moments of the show. Because when you are watching these shows, you're carrying your own life experience and traumas and using that when you're judging people or giving your 2 cents on what exactly is happening or how it's making you feel. So it's great to have a little follow-up and watch a therapist react to it and see whether or not you're really differentiated in how you approach certain scenes and thought and felt about certain scenes. So definitely nice. Also just to like help you be a bit more introspective, self-aware, and what to do and what not to do, especially in scenes where the couples are arguing, right? Those are great jumping pads to really help us learn about proper communication style, what it looks like when someone is spiraling, and also what healthy communication looks like, because oftentimes it is so rare for reality TV shows to show what healthy communication looks like as well. And I was watching this, I saw this video yesterday, and you know when you have these street interviewers ask people, or like older people, what is your biggest advice for a successful and long relationship? So there was this one lovely couple who said that when you get into fights, or first of all, understand that there's no picture perfect relationship. You are always going to have fights and disagreements with your partner, the same way that it is with your family members and friends. Now, what you should do and learn to do, if you haven't yet, or maybe reflect on how you currently do it, is think about like, how do you show up during these arguments, and what are your first initial reactions? Do you jump to conclusions? Do you attack the other people? Do you get overly defensive? And so the couple said that one thing that really helped them in their 30 years of marriage that they had to learn to do is ask, what did you mean by that? And what's going on right now? And these are great questions to ask because, first of all, you're not jumping into conclusions and you're not taking it personal or, you know, getting defensive of what the person says. If you feel like what your partner says is a little bit off or you're not sure exactly what they mean, just simply say like, hey, what did you mean by that? You know, and it gives them a chance to just clarify. And then you can truly tell like, what is it that they meant when they said that? And I feel like that is so great and would save so much people heartache and fights if they learn to do that. And you know what? I'm not perfect either. Especially when I was younger, I had the tendency to jump into conclusions. My mind, the first thing it would do is just default to thinking of the worst of the worst. And it was very bad, and I noticed that I was in this cycle that I was not happy in. So I had to learn about that through therapy, learn a lot more about myself and my upbringing and how that contributed to the certain patterns that I would default to. And the hardest part is, it's not only just going to a therapist and like being very honest about that. The hardest part is putting that into work. I feel like most people, they go in there, they talk about it, they're able to acknowledge it. But when it comes to putting in the work, that's really going to test you. And you know what? You have to give yourself grace because sometimes, congratulations, Jonathan, on the beautiful, shiny bond sleeve. It's so cute, especially because of the colors. But yeah, what was I saying? Takes a lot of practice. Oh, you have to give yourself grace because the first couple times you might not do it as well as you were expecting. So in moments like that, you know, just right before you feel like you have the urge to say something, ask yourself, take a moment and pause, 5 seconds to breathe and ask yourself, do I really want to say this? Can I say it in a better way? Is this about me right now? And that will save you so much heartache. I remember I had a cousin who asked me, like, not asked me, but she was just telling me how it made her afraid that when she acted certain ways in fights, that it was a reflection on her personality. Even though she knew that things she was doing is wrong and she wasn't feeling proud of it. And I told her, you know what, the first thing is that you acknowledge that it's happening. The second thing is you have to give yourself grace, like, what isn't working out in order for you to get to that point. And sometimes taking that 5-second pause is really all you need. So, it's a little bit of Love is Blind preparation for tonight. Very excited to see what's going to come out of people's mouth, because I don't know about you, but there's some spicy drama that came out, especially with 2 cast members who supposedly were in relationships. And then one guy's ex-fiance's mother basically outed him on a Facebook group. And then another guy who was probably America's like teddy bear at that time got outed to be a bad guy because his ex-girlfriend put him on blast. And now let's open 2 packs from our Paldea Evolved, and let's see if we get lucky. Also, I started doing my eyebrows, like drawing them in and filling them in, about 2 years ago. So when I first started, I used a powder. I didn't know like how to do my eyebrows. And God bless my friends, because throughout high school, college, and university, they were really like gently nudging me to do my eyebrows. And they were like, do you want to come with us? Can I do your eyebrows? Let's fill it in just to see what it looks like. And I just never caught the hint. And then it was 2 years ago, I was like, you know what? Let me try to do my eyebrows. Because you know what they say? Eyebrows are like the curtains to your eyes, which are the windows to your soul. So I was using a powder, and I just didn't realize how like fuzzy and blurry it looked. It was not clean and polished at all. And then when I went to Japan last year, I finally decided to pick up an eyebrow pencil. So unfortunately, I cannot get this where I am. This is the Facio, if you're curious. And I use like a dark brown color. They usually tell you to go like 1 shade lighter than your natural hair, so I got dark brown. There's a brush on this end. And basically what I wanted to show you guys is, do you hear this? I'm at the end of my eyebrow pencil life. And I don't know if there's a male equivalent for when people like myself who use makeup finish a product. And this is my first eyebrow product I finished. So I'm feeling proud and also a little nervous because I don't have a backup, and I should have. But when I was in New York at CVS, I saw that CoverGirl had one. Exact same packaging, pretty much. I don't know why I didn't end up picking one up. But to be fair, at that time, I didn't know that I was running out either. So I'm going to have to start looking. And this was like super cheap too, like under 10 bucks. And it's great. I top it off with a eyebrow gel, and this is my eyebrows. Just, I like going for that natural look, just natural and filled in. Okay, so Holotropius, a holographic Meryl, and a Baxcalibur. I had the shiny card of that, but in the Japanese version. And also, I was reading your guys' comments yesterday about the little dilemma I had on whether, like, how exactly I should venture off into new content, if that is even something I should do. And I love that you guys were so supportive in letting me know that I should do it and to keep it on this channel. So that means the world to me. Thank you guys so much for the feedback. Also, a lot of people said that they would be interested in like cooking videos as well. So I would love to do a cook in my kitchen with me and show you guys some of my favorite meals that I like to make. Now, for me, when it comes to cooking, time and efficiency is very important, and also not to use a lot of pots and pans and basically dirty bowls, because I do not like to clean up. So that is my style of cooking. And also very hands-free, no frills. Just marinate, plop it in a pot, and step away. So I think my first recipe I'll show you guys is something near and dear to my heart that reminds me of my childhood. It is Vietnamese caramelized braised pork belly, or in Vietnam we call it thịt kho. Forgive my accent, I'm not the best. But I'm from North Vietnam, so the taste is a little different from South Vietnam. But I hope you guys enjoy it and try it out. Would love to see that. Also, because on our Discord we have people that had shared recipes too, I think that would be very fun to try out those recipes and then taste it together. So that would be super cool to do. There's a banana bread recipe that I want to try out, and we had another friend on Discord who showed us their version of like a deconstructed Eton. I think that's what it's called now. I've never tried that dessert, but it just sounds so delicious, like crushed meringue with yogurt and raspberry bits. And I have trouble getting enough calories on a daily basis, and on top of that, enough protein as well. So I think that would be just a great way to get protein in the morning for me. I know there's meringue in there, which is like kind of dessert, but you know what? If some people can eat cereal and pancakes in the morning, then why not have a messy deconstructed Eton, right? So very excited for what's to come. I'm gonna have to like really plan out exactly how I want to film this. So that was what I was thinking about last night that like just kept me up. Video ideas I want to do. I want to show like all of my favorite basic shirts as well, because I'm at that age in my life where I did a really good job these past 5 years trying not to fall into the fear of FOMO when it comes to fashion trends, because I've noticed in the past, especially in my early 20s, when I did do that, you would wear it for a season, then you don't wear it ever again. You find out that the color wasn't even good on you, but it was like the color of the month, so you fell for the hype, and then you have a closet of clothes where you're like, I have nothing to wear. But now that I have invested in solid basics of different sorts of materials as well, it has really helped me elevate my style and not having the trouble of not knowing what to wear. So for example, I know like there's so many basic t-shirts, black t-shirts out there, but I have probably 3 different types. I have a cotton one, a one that's like spandexy material, so more tight fitting and shiny looking, and then I have a cropped one that I like using when I wear high-waisted tailored pants to give off that like casual, off-duty, tomboyish kind of look. So yeah, mix and match, different pants, different bottoms, skirts, and you just have so many ways of wearing one t-shirt especially. And you're probably wondering, like, why do you need multiple black t-shirts? Well, sometimes you want a cotton t-shirt because it's much more relaxed. But let's say you're going somewhere that's a little bit more elevated, business casual, and cotton t-shirt just isn't the vibe. So you put on your more spandexy, tighter fitted black t-shirt, and it just puts the look all together. It's like the sleek hair bun of the t-shirt community. But enough of that. I'm just very excited about ideas. And yeah, thank you guys so much for your support up until now. I really appreciate it. Tomatoes. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. join us in the Discord if you would like to do so. And I'll see you when I see you. Take care, good luck, and have fun, guys. Bye.